guys, today I am filming my favorites video and it's probably going to be pretty short because I just feel like I've been using the same products all month long, which has been kind of a good thing because most of it is Project Pan stuff, but it kind of gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys about it, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So kind of starting with more face products, there have been a couple foundation combinations I have really been loving lately. This first one I want to talk about, maybe it's a little bit more of an honorable mention, but I don't actually have any honorable mentions or unfavorites this month, so that is kind of a good thing. But anyways, this is the kind of first favorite foundation combination. It is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and mine's in the color Ivory. This is obviously in Project Pan just because it's too dark for me. I want to pick up the Snow or Pearl color, but my Ulta and the other closest Ultas are completely out of stock. We haven't gotten any more stock in. So I've just kind of been stuck panning this one so I can wait until I get the correct color. But I enjoy mixing it with the Rimmel Stay Matte. This foundation is really, really pink, and this one is really, really yellow. This one's too yellow and maybe a little too dark, and this one is too pink and maybe a little too light. So surprisingly, they actually balance each other out really, really well. It helps lighten this up, and it kind of tones down the yellowness. When I mix them together, it is still pretty yellow, but it's definitely not as yellow as it is if I use this on its own. So I love this combination together. It's really nice. It kind of has a nice weightless feel to it, especially because this mousse foundation tends to have a more lightweight, weightless kind of feeling to it. The only problem with this combination though, and this is like the big thing, is they break each other down so fast. So when they're mixed together, they just break down really fast. I could just like swipe my face and just all my foundation would come off. Which if I do that now, nothing's coming off. I mean, maybe a little bit of powder, but I mean, not like my actual foundation. So when I wear these two, it's a little more tricky. I cannot touch my face. I have to be really particular with it because it'll just swipe right off my face. So that is kind of a big issue with panning these two and mixing them, but I love the way they look when I first apply them. So that's why I said it's kind of an honorable mention because some issues with it, but otherwise it is really good. The other foundation combination, and I don't know that I ever showed this in a haul or anything, but I ended up getting the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Water while it was still a hot buy at Ulta. This on its own is very sheer. It's kind of a little bit moisturizing, but it's not sheer enough that it like I have a little bit of redness in my skin, but not much. And I think you guys have kind of seen that in Get Ready With Me, is that I don't have any face makeup on. You know, just things like here on my chin I have like a zit, and it will kind of even out the redness and stuff. So it's enough coverage to even out the redness, but like my freckles and stuff will still show through. So I like this for more natural days, but if I want to use this and I want to amp up the coverage a little bit, it pairs really nicely with the Ulta Mineral Powder Foundation. I've been testing this out so I can do kind of an Ulta brand review. I've been trying out some of their products. I do have some other things of theirs I need to try too, but I've been pairing these two together and I love the combination. If I pair this with any other foundation, it just looks too thick, too cakey. My pores really stand out, but for some reason these two together, it just works really, really well, and I've just grown to love it. So this is my other favorite foundation combination. Now talking about eye products. So eye products, I've been panning basically the same 3 or 4 looks, and it's just using a couple of things. Of course being the Anastasia Catwalk palette, because this is my Pan That palette. I wish I could show you guys, but I do have some progress from when I last filmed my update, so I don't want to show it just yet. But I love a lot of the shadows in here. I don't necessarily wear a ton of them together, but I wear a lot of them with other things, and I still feel like I'm getting through everything pretty reasonably. But I love this palette. It's got some colors, it's got some neutrals, and kind of some of my favorite things to pair it with. This first one is not at all how it's intended, but it's one of my favorite things to use. This is my Cocoa Contour palette, and I've actually been using this as eyeshadows. I'm just not big into the whole contouring trend, and I kind of bought this thinking that the contour colors were going to be like their bronzers. I do think there is a difference. I don't like the colors in here as much as I like some of their bronzers. I don't feel like these blend out as smoothly as some of their bronzers. So I was kind of thinking I'm just going to get rid of this, but I just was like, I'm going to make myself use it for a couple weeks and just really decide whether I want to keep it or not. Because I do want to do another declutter video sometime soon. I've been kind of putting it off, but I think it'll happen sometime soon. So anyways, I've been using the contour colors as eyeshadows. Light Cocoa, this is like my favorite brow highlight. That's what I have as a brow highlight under my brows today. And then Pop of Light, I like to pair this over the 10K color in the Anastasia Catwalk palette. I don't really like the way the 10K color looks on its own. I'm going to go ahead and swatch it here so you guys can kind of see. So that's the 10K color. I'm sure on camera it'll look really pretty. I like to put Pop of Light, which is it's a really light glittery color though, and it kind of lightens it up and then it adds glitter to it. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on my hand, but that is what it looks like. So it changes just ever so slightly, but it makes it a little prettier and I end up liking it way more. So even though this is a contour palette, I've been using it a ton as eyeshadows and I love it for that purpose. Plus it does have the cocoa smell, so it's kind of nice to use every once in a while. My other eyeshadow favorite this month is the Pop Beauty Trio. This is in the color Peach Parfait. I think I got this in an old Birchbox or something and I was like, oh, it's really pretty, but I just don't really see myself using it that much. However, I pair this a lot with the kind of orangey color from my Catwalk palette and also the dark brown, which is Couture. But basically I take RTW, which is the coppery orange color out of that palette, use it as a crease transition color. I'll pop this middle color on the lid. I might put a little bit of this on the outer corner, but I mostly use this dark color on the lower lash line. And then I will do Couture in the outer V to really darken it up, and then this lightest color on the inner corner. And I'll do some swatches here really quick, but they're very smooth and creamy, which I really like. And I feel like they're pretty pigmented. I was really surprised by how pigmented they are and very, like I said, creamy and wonderful. So I have loved this little palette. I thought about panning it and getting rid of it, but I'm really liking it. Somebody wanted to say hi. They wouldn't quite go away. But this is what Missy looks like now. I feel like she looks really crazy. It's been a little while since she got a haircut, and I think they didn't really listen when I said to cut this top part shorter. We kind of left it really long, so I feel like she can look a little crazy sometimes, but she is still a cutie, and she is being a little stinker butt. So if you hear any background noises, that's you, isn't it? Yeah, she's still as sweet as can be, as you can see. So now on to some lip products that are my favorite. I was really impressed with this, and like I said, I've been testing out tons of Ulta products just to kind of do a brand review. And this is one of the products I picked up to try. This is the Ulta Matte Lip Crayon. It's not matte. I'm going to go ahead and swatch it for you guys. It's just really pretty. This is one of my favorite lip colors to throw in my purse and just throw on top of any lip combination, or if I just notice my lipstick or lip gloss is gone, I just throw this on, and it works with like every makeup look, and it's super pretty. My camera is making it look super red, but it's kind of more of a nude, slightly mauve, like pink color. And this is in the color Engagement. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but it's got like a little bit of a sheen to it, just like a lipstick kind of. So it's not matte. I'm not sure why they call it the matte lip crayon. I mean, the color is like a cream, so there's no frost or anything in it. I didn't really get to look at the other colors in the collection too much because we really didn't have a lot. But this has surprisingly been a huge favorite for me. Like I said, I love just throwing this in my purse and having it kind of being my go-to lip color. It's very, easy to apply, so I don't really need a mirror to like check on it. But that has been a huge favorite this month. Another favorite I want to talk about this month is mixing my lip products. So obviously with Project Pan, I have like a pretty decent amount of lip products in my Project Pan currently. And I was like, I did kind of declutter some of my lip products, and I had some picked out that I was like, yeah, these are definitely going. I'll have to kind of go through and be a little bit more picky, but these are the ones that stand out to me as needing to go. So of course I picked the Colourpop Ultra Mattes that I had originally bought that I was like, oh, they're really pretty, but they just don't look good on me. They just look like brown. And I'm okay with brown lips, but these are just like a really unflattering color on me. I've seen so many people wear them and they are beautiful and stunning on them, which is why I bought these colors, because I've seen so many swatches and Instagram pictures and stuff. But I have the color Trap, which is the lighter kind of cool toned one, and then I have Beeper, which is the warmer toned one. And I have one of these on today mixed with something else. So today I put on Trap, and to make it a little more pink and I feel like a little more how it looks in the tube on my lips, I paired it with the NYX Butter Lipstick, and this is in the color Sweet Tart, which is my project pan. So it makes it a lot prettier and a lot more wearable, at least on me. Plus, pairing it with this formula, it makes it more comfortable and creamy on the lips and not so drying, because I feel like the Colourpop ones especially can be very, very drying. Unless, of course, you get the like ultra like satin lips. Those are definitely not as drying and more comfortable on the lips. But I like that this makes it more comfortable. And it's definitely made panning lipsticks easier, because I just lay this down as a base, put this over top, and make sure I'm kind of mixing as I go. And I can get a ton of pretty color combinations. So I'm going to do some swatches really quick. I've mixed it with my NYX Black Label lipstick in Hot Pink. I've mixed it with my MAC Russian Red, which is really pretty. So I'll do some swatches really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's some swatches. These first ones, this is the NYX Butter Lipstick in Sweet Tart. So this one here is it mixed with Trap. This one is it here mixed with Beeper. The second row is the NYX Black Label lipstick in Hot Pink. This first one's Beeper, and then the second one here up here is Trap. And then these are mixed with Russian Red. So this one here is Trap, and then this one here is it mixed with Beeper. And I've worn all 6 of these colors a ton this last month. It is just one of my favorite ways to wear it. When it mixes with the Hot Pink one or the NYX Sweet Tart one, it's very, like I said, more creamy, more wearable, more comfortable. When I do pair it with the MAC Russian Red, that's a matte lipstick, so it's kind of the same as wearing it on its own. So it's a little more drying, but as you can see, you just get some really pretty colors. It makes both colors a little bit more wearable for me, especially Russian Red. It's just not quite as bright then, pairing it with like the more nude liquid lipsticks. This has been a definite favorite for me this last month. Another mixing product I do want to mention, I kind of forgot about this one too. This is the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in Tres Leches. And same thing, I like pairing all of them with this because since it is a really nude, very pigmented gloss, it really does tone down the color the same way that the liquid lipsticks do, but obviously this is more comfortable since it is a nude gloss. And I'll do a little swatch of that for you too. So it is right there, and you can see they're very glossy, and it's also very moisturizing. The only problem with wearing that one with any of the lipsticks is the combination doesn't last too long because it's a gloss, so I do feel like I have to reapply a little bit more, which is kind of nice for Project Pan because then you are using the product a little bit more, but at the same time it can be a little bit of a pain to reapply if I'm not in a situation that's convenient for me to reapply. So that is another favorite product I wanted to mention really quick. And my last favorite, these are both awesome and I just kind of wanted to mention them. So my Ulta, I guess we're kind of changing the way that we do our gratis program, which is nice because I typically don't get any gratis. But anyways, they gave out a product training sheet and I had to basically train someone else on the product then, and kind of just so on and so on. So the product was the Ulta Ultra Slim Brow Pencil, and I got mine in the color Taupe. So I got this for free once I did the gratis training for it. I just wanted to take a second and say that this is extremely comparable, if just not as good, as the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I think this has like 4 colors, so it's a little bit step up from the L'Oreal one. It's got a little bit more colors, but they are both fantastic. Same problem with the spoolie though, it's just really thin, so it's not the greatest. But otherwise, I love both of these. And that is it for my monthly favorites, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a ton of stuff coming, so if you make requests or anything like that, know it's coming. It's just taking me time because I have a lot of stuff to film. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!